The process of printing onto plastic lids starts by placing a stack of lids onto the feeder spin rods, with the tops of the lids facing the machine. Once the technician starts the machine, the spin rods will rotate, causing the lids to spin, keeping them upright as they're fed via gravity to the cutters. The cutters open, and the lid is pulled onto the feeder belt by the vacuum. The cutter serves to feed the machine lids at regular, staggered intervals. Next, the lids pass under the flamer, which treats each lid for printing using a mixture of gas and air. If the lids aren't treated, the ink will not adhere properly and will lead to flaking or failing a tape test on the final product. The lids then move into the printer, where multiple blanket-covered platens transfer the image to each lid. The printer has a number of color heads for each color or layer of the image. These color heads allow the technician to regulate ink flow and adjust the form roller to plate pressure. From the form roller, the ink is transferred to a plate, held in place by a rotating plate cylinder. Each plate adds a new layer of color to the blanket as it passes, forming a complete reversed image on the blanket by the end of its rotation. These plate cylinders allow the technician to adjust the positioning of each image. When a lid moves into the printer, it is stabilized with a rotating platen from below, while the final ink image is pressed onto it from the blanket above. The newly printed lid then passes through the UV system, which cures the ink using ultraviolet light. Once the ink is cured, each lid then travels under a vision system. A photo is taken of every lid and compared to the standards set up in the system. If the printed image doesn't meet the specifications, then it is rejected. If it does, then the lid continues on its path. Before dropping onto the restacker spin rods, an assist belt starts spinning each lid. This motion keeps the lids from falling everywhere as they drop onto the already spinning rods. Gravity then pulls the spinning lids to the end of the line, where they can be inspected once more before being packaged.